I have lived twice. My name is Edgar Winthrop. At least it is this time round. When I was 5 years old, I had a dream that changed my life, in more ways than one. We were living in Biloxi, Mississippi, not far from the beach. I woke in a frantic daze and immediately went to go wake my parents. Since I was just a small child, they took little heed of my terrified demeanor, until I made an urgent and specific request. I told them to take me to the Stansbury Beach, off the corner of 32nd and Mason. It was a 30-minute drive, but something in my voice made them acquiesce. Things got even stranger as I gave them perfect directions despite never having been there before. By the time we arrived, my mother was practically crying from nerves. As soon as the car stopped, I jumped out and bounded into the brush that flanked the beach. The moon was full and bright. It illuminated the empty expanse of sand that I had dove into. I started digging with my hands for a few minutes while my parents watched, unsure of what to do. When I found what I was looking for, my mother screamed. The skeletal arm shone bright in the moonlight. It's been 30 years and people still look at me like a freak of nature. I guess I am one. Nobody has ever proved that they had been reincarnated before. When I had that dream as a child, I relived an entire lifetime. My name had been Stephen Baldridge, and I was murdered at the age of 15. I'll skip past the first 15 years. They weren't so great anyway. On a windy moonlit night on Stansbury Beach, my stepfather killed me with a broken bottle. He had been drinking and fighting with my mother all evening. I was a meek child and didn't stand up for my mother, even when he hit her in the face and knocked her teeth out all over the counter. I didn't fight back when he grabbed me and threw me into the back of the station wagon. I barely struggled as he plunged a jagged beer bottle into my chest. As my last breath rattled out, a baby named Edgar was born not far from Stansbury Beach, probably about a 30-minute drive. The good news is, my homicidal stepfather was killed in a car wreck 3 weeks later. An autopsy revealed an almost lethal level of alcohol in his system at the time of the crash. I learned this after doing countless hours of research on the details of my past life. Needless to say, I was obsessed with gaining as much information as possible about Stephen Baldridge and his aftermath. I had essentially deemed the case closed when something happened this morning that shook me to my very core. I was walking by my neighbourhood park when I noticed a group of teenagers messing around in a pile of debris left in the aftermath of a public concert that occurred the night before. One of them had picked up a broken beer bottle and was playfully threatening his friends with it. The boy with the bottle was laughing and running around, but stopped when he saw me. We made eye contact for a few seconds and a chill went down my spine. Something wasn't right. At that moment, he jabbed the bottle in my direction and winked. "Nice to see you again, Stephen."